All right, hey, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise unto our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect that is scattered throughout the four winds of the earth that believe wholeheartedly in the true doctrine that is being pushed throughout the four winds of the earth for our hope of mercy and salvation in these last seconds of these last days here in Babylon the Great. I came across some information, and you what you have Jake out here. You got massive amounts of people that are coming up with HIV. All right. Now, this ain't the only video I've seen on it, but I've seen quite a few. But I'm gonna let this play, and we ain't gonna watch it all. I just wanna, let you hear what's what's basically Jake is talking about. All right, and it ain't this much. People ain't doing this much fucking. Excuse my French. Excuse, you know what I mean? Because these if that was the case, all right, it would have been shot up to these type of numbers, all right, a long time ago, all right. But these numbers didn't get this big until after 2021. There's been a spike in HIV, all right, and I'm gonna show you why, all right. But let's listen just to a little bit of this so we can get a little,
Have y'all seen that video about that girl who came on here to let everybody know about the massive HIV outbreak that's taking over Pennsylvania and Texas right now? And I'm talking about cases in the 100,000s. Yeah, I decided to do my own little research. And when I tell you that being celibate has to be the best thing that I unintentionally did for myself, because it's scary out there. It's scary out there. Like, I think that it's about time that all of us women get on PrEP. As of 2025, the cities with the highest HIV.
And she's one of them girls. Fuck the men. That's what when I first heard it, I'm like, she's basically just talking to the men, like the men are the one passing it around. If you knew anything about, STDs, normally the STDs are within the woman's vagina. All right. Okay. It's women that don't even know that they have these diseases and they have sex with these men, and bam, just like that. But these diseases lie dormant within these women. Well, not dormant, they just in these women. These infections and, that fish smell and all that. But that's besides the fact. The point I wanted to bring out with this information. The reason I just brought that out is because, she think it's the women that's, the women are a lot more dirtier than men. I say it like that, and that's based on what the scriptures say.
Rates in the United States are New York City, Miami, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, Chicago, Illinois, and Washington, D.C.
So as of 2025, the cities with the highest rates in the U.S.: New York, Miami, Florida, Atlanta, Chicago, Illinois, and California is in the list too. All right, she's gonna mention California, a few cities in California. Down here it says, according to the Centers of the CDC, the global some. Damn, I wish she wasn't in the way. Matter of fact, I'm gonna type in what she typed in, cause she kind of getting on my nerves just looking at her. bear with me a second. Let me type in what she typed in. Cities with the highest HIV rate 2025. Okay, same cities that was on there. Let's scroll down. Okay, all the major cities in Babylon. All right. Now, what I'm gonna do? I just thought of this right now. Salakia. I'm just on the fly with this. Um. Oh, AI don't want to talk about that, huh? See, East. Oh man. Let's see. Let's see if we can match up some cities. Let's type in best. Look, AI don't even want to speak on it. All right, that's crazy. Damn, man, I wanted to see because I got a feeling this gonna match up with these same cities. AI do not want to talk about that shit. Let's just peep this real quick. See if we got a chart here. All right, let's see. Let me see. America, at least one dose, 80%. Fully jump shot, 68% of the entire U.S. All right, that's good enough information there. All right, 68% of the entire population is fully jump shotted, and at least one dose is 80% of the population. All right. So with that being said, let's do this. Let's go back. All right, the cities that were all where they're seeing this increase. All right, let me see. Let's do this. Let's do 2020. See what comes up. In 2022, it ain't even give me 2020. Cause that was 2022 was after they administered that jump shot. Let's do 2018. Let's do 2018. In 2018, the cities with the highest HIV rates included Colombia, which some of those cities are still on that list. But let's do this. Let's type this in. We're gonna get back to I'm just trying to since 2016 until 2025, how rapid did HIV infect U.S. population? Let's see what comes up. In 2016 through in 2022, there was a notable decrease in new HIV infections. The U.S., according to the CDC specifically, the number of estimated new HIV infections declined 12% overall, from 36,000 in 2018 to 31,800 in 2022. This decline was particularly significant among young people aged 13 to 24, with a 30% reduction in this age group. While the overall number of new infections decreased, it's important to note that progress has been uneven across different demographic groups of the regions. For example, African American people experienced a substantial 18% decrease estimated infections, and the South saw a 16% decline in estimated infections, according to the CDC data. Now, and I put 2016. Let's do 2022 until 2025. How rapid? Let's just see what comes up. In 2022, like we just read, new HIV infections were estimated in the U.S. a 12% decrease from 2018. This decrease was partly driven by a 30% reduction in infections among young people aged 13 to 24. The HIV diagnosis rate was 13.7%, 100,000 among persons aged 13 and older, CDC says CDC. It says, which we read this right here. In 2023, HIV diagnosis rate was 13.7 per 100,000 people among persons ages 13 and older. The National HIV/AIDS strategy for the United States NHAS aims for a 75% reduction in new HIV infections by 2025 and a 90% reduction by 2030. So how was that when you're having all these people pop up with HIV? All right, they want to target the reduction, but that ain't the targeted. That ain't the numbers that we're seeing. All right, we're starting to see an increase. All right, and I believe this is a part of their plan too. All right, to get you to take more jump shots to say, well, we can heal HIV. And what nigga ain't gonna wanna they find out that they got it, not knowing that it was given to them by these goddamn devils. What nigga ain't gonna wanna take another shot to get rid of it? All right. Let me see what this says here, because this is all induced. All right, this is all induced by Esau Edom. All right, and it started going back 2021. All right, this is the global statistics. I don't need that. People living with it. I'm just trying to see if there's any. Okay, wait a minute. 2023, 77% of all people living with HIV were assessing treatment. Okay, new infections. New HIV infections have been reduced by 60%. The peak in 1995, and that was when you do some you watch a couple documentaries on these Edomites putting together about Dr. Fauci. All right, you know, the one that was all over the goddamn news and all the channels going back 2020, 2021. But we ain't seen him in I don't know how long. Trump talking about he ready to lock him up. That's the Dr. Fauci I'm talking about. He created this shit in the lab. He was given orders and created this in the lab. Let me see. It's not giving too much information. All right, that's cool. Let's get back to the, as I went over here. All right, this is good enough. I just wanted to check something out, Salakia. But 80%, according to this chart, 80% of the U.S. population took at least one dose. All right, and then 68% is fully jump shotted. Here in Canada, far greater. All right, as you can see. Okay. It seemed like these Hamites was the only ones that was, you know what I'm saying? Like, hell no. They, because of that goddamn, all the shit that they were doing to, they've been experimenting on them. Okay. These are the areas where, not many people took it. All right. But over here, China, look at that. Then all them damn gooks, 91% are fully jump shotted over there in China. Australia, 85% fully jump shotted. Brazil, 83% fully jump shotted. Peru, all right, 88%. Okay, Russia, 55% fully jump shotted. All right. Based on this, now let's get back to the video. All right, Salakia. So let's play a little bit more.
Now, I took it upon myself to go and screenshot the 20 cities with the highest counts of HIV and AIDS in the United States. This is recorded from 2024. What I had shown you before was where we're at as far as the cities with the highest rates of HIV in 2025. The new updated version or the updated list will be provided probably around the same time this was published. But I'm going to post them. And look behind me to see if your city is on this list.
All right, so boom. She got the San Francisco number 20. All right. Per 100,000 people. All right. 22,000 cases. Okay. So that's all I'm going to play of this video. I'll place this link in the description box if you want to watch the rest of it. All right. And then I looked this up here. This 18,000 people in Philly. All right. Just like these numbers have just been exploding. And then I go on People's Voice and I see this article, which this article was May 16th. Is that today? I believe that's today. Let me see. And my day's all messed up. Or yesterday. That was yesterday. As of yesterday, study. Experimental HIV jump shot contamination found in these people's jump shot. All right. Okay. It ain't been found. It was put in there, man. Okay. Let's read a little bit. So you wondering why all these cases is just popping up? Because the people let the man inject them with it. All right. Their immune system is through. Okay. And this is what the scriptures speak about in the curses. Let's go. Let me pull that up now. All right, where the Lord said he was going to give us these diseases. He was going to send these diseases upon Jake. All right. We're going to I'm gonna just hold it right here, and then we're gonna go back to this article, and we'll go back. All right, but this is the trickery of the devil. He got y'all out there thinking that everybody having that much goddamn sex and passing around them goddamn all them so-called diseases. All right, when really this is the issue. All right. There was another article that they were saying I had looked at a couple weeks ago that said what's it called? It said that women should avoid laying down with males that have been jump shotted, all right, due to that spike protein that's been reproducing and destroying their immune systems. All right, but let me read this a little bit. It said everyone who received Moderna's jump shot, M to the R to the N to the A jump shot, may have unknowingly been exposed to the company's experimental HIV jump shot, according to a new analysis of genomic data. Let's see. It says a recent study published in Nature has sparked controversy after a genomics researcher discovered traces of an experimental HIV jump shot material embedded within Moderna's COVID-19 jump shot, a finding not disclosed in the original publication. Why? Why wasn't it disclosed? Because we're dealing with the devil, all right? It says Polish scientists conducting a study published in early 2025 were investigating how Moderna's M to the R, N to the A jump shot behaves inside immune cells. Using advanced sequencing techniques, they track the jump shot's genetic material in jump shotted mice. But upon reviewing the raw data, world-renowned genomics expert Kevin McKernan made an alarming discovery. Alongside the expected spike protein code, McKernan identified fragments of GP145, a gene sequence associated with Moderna's experimental H to the I to the V jump shot. The sequences appeared to be fused in unusual ways, suggesting the presence of hybrid R to the N to the A strands combining COVID and H to the I to the V related genetic material, meaning they did this purposely. All right? These weren't supposed to be there, McKernan said. How did the H to the I to the V jump shot code end up in C to the O to the V to the ID jump shot? Why is GP145 attached to the spike protein? It's only one reason why, all right? It says the sequences were not part of the approved jump shot formula. had not been reported to regulators and were never disclosed to the public. It says, this is a post from Twitter, the same guy. Another contaminant found in Moderna jump shots. Did you consent to getting Moderna's H to the I to the V jump shot? Parts of it are in there. The recent adenylation paper has excellent sequence of not only the M1273 jump shot after application to mice, but it also has the plasmid DNA. Okay, whatever the hell that means. But I mean, we get the point. Okay? And if you want to go through and read all of this, you know what I'm saying, feel free. I'll post it in the description box. But this dude, Kevin McKernan, all right, he did the study and found that this sequence of the H to the I to the V is attached to the spike antenna in the jump shots. All right. So this is truly where you're getting this rise in cases. Remember the chart we showed. 68% of the people are fully jump shotted. 80% at least one dose. All right. So people's immune system have been being shot ever since they've allowed them, ever since they've consented to taking the jump shot. All right. If they weren't unalived or you know, messed up real bad, the spike antenna was just reproducing within their body and destroying their immune system this whole time. So now you have this outbreak of these outrageous ass numbers of HIV starting to explode in these cities. All right. So this was a well-devised plan by the devil. All right. Well-devised plan. All right. So let's go here, Deuteronomy 28. All right. And ultimately, this is the Lord. All right. This is Deuteronomy 28:21. It says, the Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until he have consumed thee from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. And this whole HIV, this is a pestilence. This is a part of the pestilence. That's a plague. All right. Them numbers is rising so high and people are infected. So, you know, there's so many people infected. When you watch the old girl's full video, all right, she's going over all and this is just people that are going to get checked. That ain't including people that's not getting checked. All right. People that's going to get checked, they coming up with it. All right. No, Salakia. Deuteronomy. Okay. It says 22, the Lord shall smite thee with a consumption and with a fever and with an inflammation and with extreme burning and with the sword and with the blasting and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. All right. Let me find this another one. Yep, here we go. The Lord, 27, the Lord shall the Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emerods, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou canst not be healed. Okay? And, you know, Esau concocted this autoimmune disease that can't be healed, especially with this spike protein. Only way you're going to be healed is if you're of the elect, point blank, period. All right? That's the only way you'll be healed. Okay? Let's go down a little more. because that damn that was a cruel ass instrument this devil used on the people in the name of helping you. All right. Let me find. I think it's one more in here. Because I think it's one that says even that's not written. Okay. Just bear with me a second. I think this may be it. Yeah, this is it. This is it. 59 through 61. All right. It says, "Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sicknesses, and of long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law." So, HIV is one of them. So, ultimately, the Lord used Esau, Edom, to infect you with this plague, man. All right, because that ain't written in this book. It says, "Then will the Lord bring upon thee, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed." All right. So this summer ain't gonna be fun for you Jakes out there, man. All right. A lot of you gonna find out that if you took that jump shot, or if you laying down with somebody that took that jump shot unprotected and not of the elect, all right. Yeah, you're gonna find out you're gonna have some crushing news to your life. It might see you on one of them commercials. If you notice on regular TV now, they show you the commercials of all these HIV people, man. You know why all of a sudden? Because they concocted it within this jump shot, man. All right, as they showing you right here in this study. All right, it's in the jump shot. And it's not supposed to be there. All right. Okay. And like I said, I'm on the fly with this. I didn't even have nothing written down. Because majority of you have been deceived. All right. Yeah, this is cool right here. Revelation 20:8. Matter of fact, let me go here. Okay. Revelation 20:7. "And when the 1,000 years are expired, which that 1,000 years been expired, the Renaissance era was when that 1,000 years was expired. All right. Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth." All right. Boom. These nations have been deceived, the four quarters of the earth. All right. He came out to deceive the nations. That was the Renaissance. And a part of that deception, all right, all his lies. And one of those lies is that jump shot that he put up on people. You know what I'm saying? That's the main lie up there. Okay? So let's go back. Salakia. It says, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about, which ultimately, that's dealing with, what's going on right now with these nations. Getting ready to make war against us, all right? What I leave off? Yeah, compassed the camp of the saints about in the beloved city, and fire came down from the Most High out of heaven and devoured them, all right? And that's going to be, the nuclear destruction that takes place, all right? But the key point was that since these devils have been loosed, they've been on a deception rampage, all right? They've been on a deception rampage, and majority of our people have been deceived in taking that jump shot. You were bitten by the serpent, all right? Let me get that. I think that's Isaiah 42. Let me see. Type in churl. 32. Right, because that jump shot was an instrument. All right, when you look up this word instrument, let's go to it. Hebrew word is kalya or kalaya. All right, kalaya. All right, implement of hunting or war. Utensil. Let me see, because I looked this up before. Something prepared, i.e., any apparatus as an implement, utensil, dress, vessel, or weapon. All right, and that's exactly what that jump shot was. It's a weapon. All right, what they call a bio weapon. All right, a weapon against the body. Okay. It says down here in the Chaldees lexicon, properly whatever is made, completed, or prepared. All right, and that's exactly what it was. All right, it was made, completed, and prepared, and given to the people. All right. Let's see. Let's look at this for entry. Utensil vessel. I mean, we get the point. Vessels of gold, wandering outfit, clothing, ornaments, a vessel for sailing, an implement, a tool. All right. Which is the scripture we're reading here, Isaiah 32:7. As to the deceiver, his instruments are evil, the devices which he uses to carry out his plans. All right. And we know his plan. His plans is what? His plans is to kill off majority of the people, especially you Israelites. All right. So let's go back and let's finish reading this, and I'll close it out. I didn't even want to go this long. Isaiah 32:7. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He devised a wicked device to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. All right. And his lying words was everything under the sun to get our people to take that jump shot, going back in 2021 when they unleashed it upon the people. All right? Point blank, period. Okay? So, yeah, I just wanted to bring that info out, man. I thought this was interesting, right along with these different videos I've been seeing of Jake talking about the HIV rate shooting through the roof in these different cities. All right? And here's your answer. All right? There's your answer. That's the answer why it done shot up so high. So with that, Lord will, this edifies the hopeful elect. All praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And we on to the next. Shalom.